yourself in a situation in which you are pining over someone who is with another person, and you believe this person to be your twin flame, it can be incredibly frustrating, painful, and hopeless feeling if they are with someone else. It's important to not place judgment on this third party, as your own emotions are subjective and your ego does not truly know what is going on in another ego. Remember that your ego's journey is different than your twin's, but in this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why your twin flame is with someone else. Number 1, they have more symptom karmic lessons they need to learn. The simplest answer for the question of why your twin is in a third-party relationship with someone else is because they still have symptom karmic lessons to learn. Whether this is fear of abandonment, not being a people pleaser, empathy, embracing change, boundary setting or upholding, forgiveness, letting go of expectations, gratefulness, communication, expression, taking action, flexibility, letting go of control, or the hundreds of other things one can learn. Please don't assume that you know what your twin needs to learn. That is the ego making you believe that it knows best, including what another ego needs. But if the twin is in another relationship, you can bet there is a reason for it. And all you can do is thank the higher self for putting a person on their path that will show them the way. Ultimately, there's nothing that you can do about it, and nothing that you can do to speed it up. So try to let go of control and remember that the twin will learn and move on from the relationship when their ego is ready. Number 2, they're paralyzed by their ego. If your twin has been in a third-party relationship for a long period of time and they've expressed egoic unhappiness multiple times, this is where they might be paralyzed by ego. Meaning, egoic programming of things like obligation, how a family should be, attachment to how things look to others, or duties and responsibilities that they learned to prioritize. Another way of being paralyzed by ego is via trauma that the twin cannot currently get past. For example, if your twin has severe fear of abandonment and they believe that their current partner won't ever leave them, the risk of leaving the safety of that relationship is too great to their ego to attempt to move forward. Either way, both of these things, egoic programming and not being able to currently move past trauma, are still symptom karmic lessons needing to be learned. Number 3, you are sending the higher self mixed messages. This is really where the ego screws us over, if I'm being honest. If we send the higher self mixed messages about what we not only want, but what is already occurring, there is no possible way for a twin to come back in permanently in the 3D. So what do I mean by this? I'm going to give you an example. Connor and Grace are twin flames. Connor is the chaser and Grace is the runner. Both are in long-term relationships and they have also been in separation for a year from one another. Connor, though his relationship with his partner is fine, continues to stay in the relationship because he is worried that Grace will never leave her own relationship, and he doesn't want to end something that's working out just fine. However, he's continuously feeling connection symptoms between him and Grace. He's told his partner that he thinks he's found his twin flame, and he's regularly anxious because his life is not being lived with his twin. Now, Connor's relationship is just fine, as he puts it, because he is in fact with a soulmate. Being with a soulmate is always safe feeling, but remember, incredibly codependent. Connor's soulmate doesn't want Connor to leave her, so she's fine keeping herself in the relationship, hoping that Grace never returns or that Connor will just one day decide that he's in love with the soulmate again. Connor also has symptom karmic lessons of abandonment, guilt, and shame. So he doesn't want to be alone, nor feel the guilt of breaking up his current relationship and hurting his soulmate when she's done nothing but be a spectacular partner to him. So both Connor and his soulmate keep themselves in limbo. Connor doesn't learn his symptom karmic lessons and would rather listen to his ego's fear instead of dealing with it head on and getting through the pain. Now think of it this way. Confusion from both Connor and his soulmate's egos are keeping them both in limbo. But that's double the amount of energy being put into not growing and expanding the energy, but instead staying stuck. Why would the higher self bring the twin in permanently if Connor can't grow on his own? The entire reason for a twin to come in the first place is to remind us that we are the universe manifested in physical form, and to begin healing our core karmic lesson. If we are unwilling to even heal our symptom karmic lessons, a twin flame is not the same as us on an energetic frequency. It's not a vibrational match on the 3D plane anymore. If you want the twin to come back on the 3D plane and stick around, make your 3D life conducive to it. Even better, and what should be the actual driving force, is to work on your symptom karmic lessons, develop non-attachment, and come into union so that your 3D life actually mirrors your 5D sensations. What you do in the 5D, your twin has no choice but to mirror. Number 4, they are not actually your twin. Look, I have to say it, it's just possible that this person isn't truly your twin flame and instead a karmic, which in this case, it would be you who is not learning your lessons. This is really the only place where you have control because you are always in control of your own ego and your own lessons. Number 5, divine timing says, not yet. If your twin has had an ego degradation and is not functioning off of ego paralysis, they may have simply consciously chosen not to participate on the 3D twin flame journey. For now. And you also have that choice. It may seem like it's not fair or that the pain is never ending or you'll never be happy again, but remember that these are all feelings of the ego, and it is here where I say the thing that is most important, but also the thing that is the hardest to believe. Divine timing is at work here. Divine timing can be very annoying to the ego because the ego has no control over it. But we can see the correlation between the 5D and the 3D when divine timing affects tangible actions. If your twin has egoically chosen not to participate on the 3D journey with you, that is because it is not yet the time that will benefit the higher self. Remember that you are your twin, so if their ego is choosing not to participate on the journey right now, it's actually for your benefit, for your growth, for your expansion. And not just your benefit, growth, and expansion via the ego, but also via energy. This should hit home the point I was trying to make in point number 3 on this list, which was sending the higher self to mixed messages. Let's say that you're in a relationship and your twin is in a relationship. Your twin gives up their relationship after their ego degradation to be in a relationship with you in the 3D. But you've been sitting in a stale relationship for however long, and now have to scramble to get out of it just to jump from relationship to relationship. You didn't make the choice for yourself. You didn't learn a lesson and take action. You waited around safely for someone else to take the lead before you did. Divine timing doesn't play like that. So if your twin is with someone else and you are in separation, view it as the time to take care of your own needs, learn the things that the higher self and the soul family members are trying to teach you, increase your energy and vibrations, and remember to tell your ego that there is nothing you can do about your twin right now on the 3D. When it is in your best interest, the twin will return. And if they don't, then the answer does not lie without, but always within.